This is where I grew up, the state of Illinois, USA. It's located smack dab in the middle of the United States. And it's all grassland. No mountains, no ocean, just grass and cornfields as far as the eye can see. This is what I saw every day when I woke up. But one day, my dad got me up and said, "Hey, come hop in the car. We're going to go somewhere special. We're going to see a part of Illinois that's not like anything you've seen before." "Where are we going?" I asked. "The quarry," he said. "The what?" "You'll see." At first, when we got there, I didn't see anything. It was still flat grassland, just like everywhere else in Illinois. But then, as we got closer, I started to see something. There was a hole, a giant pit in the ground. "Don't get too close to the edge," my dad said. It was a big drop down to the bottom, about 500 feet down. My dad explained to me that a quarry is a place where people dig rock out of the ground in order to use it for construction. We drove down a long, steep road, down to the very bottom of the quarry, and took a look around. Standing there at the bottom of this pit, it was impressive. I could see the grass and the trees up at the top. That's the world I was used to. But down at the bottom of the quarry, it was like a different world. No grass, no cornfields. This world was made of solid rock. I went up to look at the walls of the quarry, to look closer at this solid rock. I was curious to see what the earth underneath my house looked like. As I looked at it, that's when I noticed what looked like holes in some of the rocks. But I could tell by looking at these weren't just holes. They had some kind of pattern to them. They reminded me of seashells. My dad said to me, "Those are shells." Or I should say, they were shells. They're fossils, the remains of animals that lived a long time ago. Whoa. As soon as I realized I could find fossils here, I started looking all around. And as I looked all over the quarry, that's when I found this. This was no shell. This was something totally different. What do you think it was?
Okay, scholars, here you're going to stop and jot. So on any piece of paper you can find near you, I want you to write, what do you think this came from? Now we're going to continue on with our video.
Maybe you thought, is that an arrowhead? An arrowhead is a piece of stone that's been sharpened to use for hunting. This did feel like stone, and it was sharp on the edges. But it didn't look like something a human being made. It looked like something natural, like some part of an animal. But what? In ancient times, when people would find one of these, some people called it a tongue stone because they thought it looked a bit like a tongue. But we know today that's not at all what it is. By comparing it to parts of animals living today, scientists noticed it looks an awful lot like these, shark teeth. As you can see, shark teeth have these little ridges on the side, kind of like the blade of a saw. Well, look again at the fossil I found. It has these saw blade-like ridges too. Look how similar they look. Somehow, here at the bottom of this quarry was a fossil shark tooth from a shark that lived a long, long time ago. After finding these in the quarry, I was really excited. I wondered, what other fossils could be found in this quarry? What do you think?
So now you're going to stop and jot. So far, Doug has found fossils, seashells, and a fossil shark tooth. What other fossils do you think Doug would find in the quarry? Take a minute to jot your answers.
I'm not the only one who's looked for fossils in the quarries of Illinois. In some of these same quarries, Other people have found fossils like this. Can you tell what it is? It's a crab. And these, they're fossil starfish. And this, look, you can see it has fins right here, and right here is its tail fin. Fins? These are traits of a fish. I started to realize something strange about all these fossils in the quarries of Illinois. Shark teeth, shells, crabs, starfish. If you look at their traits, you can tell that they're all animals that live in the ocean. But the ocean's not anywhere close to where these fossils were found. I found a shark tooth in a quarry in the middle of the cornfields of Illinois. Remember, Illinois is about as far as you can get from the ocean. It's nearly 1,000 miles away. The animals that live in Illinois and the other central parts of the United States are animals like deer, raccoons, bison, and hawks. None of these are animals that have anything to do with the ocean. Look at them. They have long legs for walking or wings for flying. Traits that help them live on land or in the air, not in the water. But sharks in Illinois? Just imagine them living in a grassland. Sharks have fins and flippers. It's not like you're going to see land sharks swimming among the cornfields. So this was very weird. Why would there be fossils of sharks and other ocean animals in the middle of the cornfields of Illinois? What clues could this give us about what Illinois has looked like over time?
So now I want you to stop and jot. You're going to stop and jot. So what clues could that give you about the state of Illinois over time?
In today's activity, you'll be going on a fossil dig. I wish we could dig in the ground beneath you to see what types of fossils there are. Though we won't be able to go on a real fossil dig, you'll be using a model of a fossil dig, and you'll still make the same kinds of discoveries. You'll use what you already know about animal traits to figure out what the habitat looked like when these animals were alive. Then, you'll use that information to solve some mystery fossils.
Okay,
Get these supplies. Let's prepare your fossil dig.
So scholars, what we're going to do for our activity today, so we are going to go over to back to Google Classroom into our fossil sort. So here we're going to do a fossil sort. If you look over here, you can see the different layers. You can see layer A and layer B of our fossil layers. If we look closely, we can notice some different traits about these fossils. The fossils over here, they look different than the fossils found in layer B over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to sort the fossils into the correct layer by dragging the photo and dropping it into the layer. Remember, fossils with similar traits are found together. So you're going to use what you know here to just drag and drop where you think they belong. Once you're done that, you are going to analyze your layers of fossils that you just discovered. You're going to go through the worksheet. In layer A, it says examine the fossils and fill in the answers below. So here they have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 1, 2, 3, you're going to list one trait that the fossil has. And then you're going to determine if you think they lived on land or in water. So just restate the question here, and that's how you'll be able to get that answer. And then for part B, it says for each fossil in layer B, fill in the blank space below. So you're going to name one trait the animal has, and then you're going to determine if the habitat did or did not change between layer A and layer B, and why do you think that? So I want you to closely analyze the traits of the different layers to make this inference to draw your conclusion about if you think the habitat did change. I'm looking to see some awesome work. We had so much fun on our little fossil dig today, and I can't wait to look at all your sorts in your fossil digs.